and gentlemen, welcome to Good Morning Soapstone with your lovely hosts, Lolly D and Trainer Cal. Welcome to the stage, guys.
Yay! Not many people here.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, hi, guys. It's good to see everybody. Thank you for coming. It's so nice for people to give up their mornings for us. We appreciate you guys very much. How you doing, Trainer Cal?
I'm confused.
Where is it? Well, I got you. You have to turn around. Turn around. You can do it.
Oh.
Keep going. There they are.
Whoa, there you all are.
There they are.
Whoa.
There they are.
Damn, there you are.
I know
that's
the
a creepy
drift on
laugh.
these things sometimes is crazy, right? We end up
I know.
moving sideways.
I know.
I close my eyes when I'm on the stage, and sometimes I open them and I'm facing that way. It's
Well, that's
quite
what I
embarrassing,
did,
but
and then realised I couldn't
Yeah.
smell anyone. You're all clean
I
today.
know,
It's quite good.
There are. Yeah, super great. Anyway, hi, Jessica. So nice of you to take your time away to come see us. And Maddie Cakes and Meow Face, my new best friend over there. She married my ex-husband. We'll talk later. And super, hey, guys, Casanova, it's so great to see you guys. So happy. Hey, remember, I don't know if you guys know, but we had this event last Friday night, right? Cal was sleeping because it was like at 3 a.m. for him, so he wasn't here. But it was about, the comedy show that was playing in the venues. We were lucky enough to get to host the after party here, and a lot of us worked. We had 7 different instances going, and it was crazy. It was crazy. But we ended up having a lot of people. Like I think the number was 140, which was really fun. But Mork and I were teamed up, and we've never worked together before. You know Mork. Mork is my name on Monday nights. Great, longest running host at the Soapstone, and so he's got his jam all down. But I've never produced for him before. So the two of us are in an instance, and we come in, and we're all excited and thinking there's going to be 20 people in here. It's an after party. We come in, and there's one guy. He's upside down in the booth over there. Clearly he's away from his headset. So there's that one guy. So then this Scottish guy walks in and he takes the stage. Now it's just me, Mork, the sleeping dude, and the Scottish guy. Scottish guy is just off the hook with the rules. I mean, just terrible. But it's just the three of us. So Mork and I are standing there, and I look at Mork and I go, we sent him the warning in the goggles. We went up in the producer booth and we sent him the warning, and he just ignored it. He just kept going, and it's just like all this profanity and all these things moved in. So Mork picks up the clipboard. I go, "Are you going to remove him?" He said, "Yes, he's breaking the rules." I go, "Mork, there's you, me, and this guy. You remove him like there's nobody." He goes, "Rules are rules." So he blows him out. So now it's just the two of us standing here in the after party. It was hilarious. But it ended up being a super fun time. The dead guy disappeared too, but then more and more people came in, and it was really great. Tannless. Yeah, Tannless, come up here with us. Come up here. Thank you. Hey, Tannless. So glad to see you. Were you at school this morning and had to tear you away from your books? Or
Yeah, sorry about that. Class ran overtime, but I'm paying for it, so we kind of got to be there every once in a while.
Hey, real life has to have some part in all this, right? Some part in it anyway, right?
Not
As
acceptable.
usual. I'm late.
This is life now.
Yep.
I was just telling them about
Sorry.
our super fun event. I know you were running one of the instances too. Did you guys have any super fun stories from that?
Honestly, we kind of did what we do here on Wednesdays. So this, and then I think we had a couple of very big debates about controversial things. One of them was Coke or Pepsi. That one's pretty tough.
Yeah, okay.
Cheese or pepperoni pizza, like the really big topics that are
The important
like,
things in the
affecting
world.
everybody.
Yeah, those are big decisions.
Yep.
Life and death situations, they are.
Hey,
yeah.
no pineapple on the pizza. Okay, guys, quit putting
I agree
hot
with that.
pineapple on
I
pizzas.
agree with
Oh,
that.
Anyway, hate that.
And it's called
Hate it.
chips.
Hey, Chimera. Hi,
over
sweetie. How you
here, and
doing?
they're not in bags.
Yeah,
they're chips.
chips. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well done.
Thank you. All right. So we got a pretty fun show today. We're pretty excited about it, right?
Dude,
We got
we have a great
we got a
builder.
great builder. He's a good friend of mine, and I've known him for quite a while here in the metaverse. One of the first people I got to know. I know he and Tannless have a connection too, and all of us know him because he's a super fun guy, right? So if you guys would welcome to the stage our good friend Takatado. Come on out, Takatado. Wherever you are, unless of course you you got pulled out of the world. Oh, there he is. There he is. Hey, where's our fun music? This is when we play the music, right? We're still learning here. We're all still learning here. That's okay. How you doing, Takatado?
I'm doing good.
Not that
How are you?
music. Okay, hold on a minute. I know this is just okay. No, you guys, we have those buttons over to the side, the ones that say play up music. Remember, play up music. Keep going. Keep going.
Play up music.
Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one.
Number 3.
Do we like that one? We like that one. We like that one. All right. Okay, good.
I like them all.
All right,
I like them
Takatado,
all.
go out and come back. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, well, yeah. Let's
Okay,
rewind here.
So thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know
Thank
how
you.
long we've known each other. I'm not really sure, but I don't even remember when we met. Probably here. Okay, Fang, thank you. Elma, help, Elma. Help. Okay, thanks. Okay, so I know, right? They just ignore me. We are down here having a show, right? Okay. And again, so Takatado, when did we meet in here? Is that when we started talking?
Yeah, I
or
think
do
we
you
met in
remember?
the Soapstone. It's got to be like 5 months ago, or
Yeah, it's
maybe
a
longer.
while.
And that's been a
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, almost half a year, I think, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so tell these guys a little bit about you and how you ended up here in the metaverse.
Sure. My honestly, my story is really simple. It's very, very simple. My name is Takatado. I'm from Canada, of all places. But yeah, how I started here in the metaverse is really just by chance. My girlfriend bought me the Oculus probably like last year, and I reluctantly didn't use it for a really long time. I played your odd Beat Saber and kind of played around with some apps and that kind of thing. I ended up on like VR chat one day with some friends, and then from there I wasn't a big fan of it, and I was like, well, what else is there? Is there other social platforms? What's the deal? And then I found Horizon Worlds, and I thought, cool, let me check this out. I loaded it up, downloaded it, and got in here, and I was like, "Oh, this place sucks. This is the worst place I've ever seen." But I think from there, I didn't realize there was this huge community. I think when you first join Horizon Worlds, it almost feels kind of limited, where you're like, "Oh yeah, Arena Clash. Oh yeah, you got the questies," and that was my whole experience. It was just questies and Arena Clash and that kind of thing. And from there, I didn't realize there was a building component to this, and got to kind of hang out here for a little bit. Kind of saw, actually, Soapstone was definitely one of the first places I ended up in, and it was fun. It was cool to see that people are able to connect in this awesome way, and you get to meet people you never would have ever met, like through just being in person and that kind of thing. And I thought that was great. And then the whole building aspect, once I learned that you can build these worlds in here, I was really, really intrigued, and that's sort of what got me started in the whole metaverse thing.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys know a lot of Takatado's worlds, but one of the things that absolutely drew me to him like a magnet is his use of color. You are so amazing with color. He blends those colors like nobody's business. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but that's, I mean, tell us about, do you have background in that kind of thing, or just something that comes natural to you?
My background is like Minecraft and like Halo Forge. That's my real background. Yeah, Forge
For sure.
Forge is definitely the big one for sure. But that's kind of where it came from. Yeah, go ahead. No,
yeah, well, I noticed you just built well, you didn't maybe just build it, but I just noticed you had a Minecraft world. I thought that was kind of neat. Are you finished, or did you just like do that little thing for fun, or?
That was a for fun thing. We thought it'd be funny if we created some like Minecraft assets. So we have like a diamond sword that looks exactly like the Minecraft one.
It does. I was carrying it around.
And, yeah, that's about it. That world's not even like it was just like a fun little gag, really. More of a meme.
Yeah. It's very cool.
Well,
it's
I
very
mean,
cool.
to be honest, there really isn't much of a difference between this and Minecraft. This one just looks shiny, and you can talk to people a little bit nicer. So, might as well.
Fair enough.
It's adult Minecraft, I guess.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I noticed that. There's a lot of similarities. Isn't there a new one called Roblox or something like that takes it a little step further or something like that. Roblox or what is it called?
Yeah, Roblox.
I'm not a
we're
gamer.
kind of in the same realm.
Same realm, yeah.
I got you.
I always explain to people when people ask about building, I'm like, well, yeah, it's kind of like adult Legos instead.
Legos.
Where it's like, yeah, it's like Legos. It's like Minecraft. It's kind of
if you're a
simple
smart
in that
builder, you
sense.
just you stick to using blocks if you're smart. So
Yeah, let's talk about some of your worlds. Like I noticed you have a strong influence with the Japanese world building. So maybe tell us a little bit where that influence comes from. And
The Japanese. Well, there's one Japanese world, and it's called I think it's called A Night in Japan or Spring in Japan. The influence really. I love Japanese culture. I'm half Japanese and half Canadian, so it kind of derives from that. Really, it's more just like that. But that's kind of it. I wouldn't say there's too much like Japanese influence in a lot of my work currently, but it's something that I would love to keep incorporating. I think I was talking to Tannless the other day about maybe creating some more Japanese kind of worlds.
well, and that was kind of my thing when I got into building, because I came in and I was like, all right, same experience as you. I'm like, this is weird. I don't understand any of it. And then I ran into my friend Unique, and he showed me how to build. But I was like, oh, you know what? I wonder if there's any Japanese worlds. And the Spring in Japan is what I saw when you did it for one of the competitions, and that was the first world that I saw that had any like specific Japanese influence to it. So,
Yeah.
and
I
that prompted you to build a lot of other things too. I mean, you have a cool Japanese connection. And tell everybody, like, don't you spend a lot of time in Japan?
Yep. So yeah, I mean, just short background because I don't want to take away from Takatado, but like I go to Japan once a year. If you take away COVID, and I lived there for just about a year, maybe a little bit more.
Oh.
So this gave it like a really good opportunity to build things that I like, build things that I would want to be in here, because I can't go over there. So, but really, he's what kicked it off. I was like, okay, can Japanese themed worlds be built in here? And the answer was yes. So I appreciate
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah, and
I
that
love
that
that.
one that you built is clearly beautiful. I love going there, just being on the entry, walking in. It's a very fun, nice, calming experience. So, yeah, I love the detail in all your worlds. You've got some great ones. Talk about your
Build it. Build things that are that have that Japanese influence, and you can. Honestly, it does feel like you kind of get a slice of Japan in a way when you enter cool worlds like what Tannless has, and or even like the Spring in Japan world and those types of things. It's very very much. I think one of the greatest parts of Horizon, where you can pretty much build any experience that you want, and in a lot of the experiences that I build tend to really just be influenced by kind of a vibe where it's like, well, what do you want to feel when you enter a world? What do you want to feel? What do you want to kind of like experience? And a lot of the times I've built a couple of apartments that are a rainy themed apartments, and that's something that I really personally enjoy. I really love the rain. I love the rain kind of like hitting the glass, and you can kind of downpour and that kind of thing. And that was something that I really I wanted a space that you could really experience those things, and that's the kind of the cool thing where people that maybe don't experience like a rainy city type kind of style, you're gonna get to do that. You're gonna be able to get that sort of experience as well, which is really really nice. And so yeah, I think that's most of my builds have come from that, and then. I think on the other side, it's more just like, your imagination, you can kind of go wild with it as well. You can build experiences that have never been experienced before. And it's kind of another cool thing. But yeah.
100%.
yeah.
No, I
It
think if
is.
anything, what like stands out the most about your builds is like, I guess the realism that you can get as far as what we have now in Horizon. So Again,
Dude, he's
if any of
recording.
you
Could you not
guys
stand in
haven't
front
been
of him?
already, please go. But like your renting apartment,
He's
So what?
recording.
like
So don't.
the
He's
sheets
recording the
look
show. Could you not stand in
wrinkled,
front?
and like there's just the little details that you don't
That's okay,
think
mate.
about
Cheers.
in
Mhm.
real life.
Oh, about
But
that.
then, and
About
then when you
that.
go in and you go, oh,
I'm like, fuck this shit.
I take issue. He knows I take issue. I always say I don't have OCD, but I'm beginning to wonder because if you go in Takatado's apartment and you OCD, he messes with you. He has hangers on the floor. He has cards on the floor. He has drawers that are open. So you just want to close them and pick stuff up, but he won't let you. So he told me he's going to make it so maybe you can do that. But I told him, you have to give me some satisfaction. I need like 30 seconds of that drawer being closed. If I'm going to close, it's going to pop back open. I'm gonna be stressed. But anyway,
right.
that is the fun of his apartment. It's realistic. Doors are open, things are laying around like it would in a real apartment, and it's kind of cool. But like your artwork, those 3-dimensional pictures that you did, those are so cool. I love those. And that one world that you made called I Don't Know, which I do know. I think
No.
it's perfect. I even said that. I do know. It's like it goes into frame after frame after frame of the room. That's a cool spot. I like that. So yeah, definitely check out his worlds. There's some great ones in there.
I gotta say, like, a lot of the stuff that you know, when I first started here, a lot of times I actually didn't add any detail or like any kind of thing. But as you kind of go and learn, I've learned a lot from other creators as well. I think that was another fantastic thing when I joined. So I joined about 5-6 months ago when I actually met you, and for me, the building community has been super super welcoming and very helpful in terms of like how do you do things, like how do you actually like go and use the tools properly, and how do you go and create these worlds and those types of things, but also just in terms of like inspiration as well. There's some really fantastic creators that you're just like so mind blown by their work that you're like, wow, okay, like I need to step up my game and I need to learn how they're doing things like that, and that kind of thing. I can name definitely a few. Like you have like Golden Hands 222 was a huge mind blowing thing for me. Where when I saw some of his worlds, I was like, oh my god, okay, this is what's possible in here. Okay, cool. I gotta like figure out how to like start to get better at doing those things. And then you meet other people that really help you kind of like understand like the storytelling, and it's not just putting blocks together and shapes together. It ends up being like, well, what's the story here? What's the kind of user journey going to be? What's the user experience going to be here? And those are things that I never ever thought of before until kind of seeing other awesome creators worlds, but also talking to awesome creators that they that's their thought process when building a world, that it's not just let's place this here and it'd be great if we put a table right here. It's really okay, well, what are people really experiencing at the end of the day, and how do you kind of build on that story and that kind of thing. So yeah, there's some really awesome creators out there that you can learn from and that inspire you and that kind of thing. And I think a lot of that a lot of my work is really a combination of like everything, when it comes to just enjoying other people's work, when it comes to just people helping you and teaching you things, and also a lot of trial and error and trying to figuring it out for yourself and that kind of thing. But yeah, I just wanted to
for
say that.
sure. And you're right. I mean, it's if we talk about this almost every week, that you're a great builder, and you got it down, and you've got good friends in all kinds of places that'll help you. People like us that are just maybe starting out and just building a world. There's so many tools that we can use. So I always tell everybody, take advantage of us being in the ground floor of this whole experience, because who knows, maybe someday all those tools will cost money and building worlds would cost money because Horizon's so popular. But right now, I mean, we all can own mansions, and you can do it yourself. It's super fun. So I encourage everybody to go out there and build worlds. It's fun.
Absolutely.
Tannless, you have any more questions? Because I'm thinking,
Well,
if we don't, go ahead.
I was like, this is like the stereotypical like builder question, but for people that have been considering building or are building, what do you have as a, I guess, piece of advice for people that want to, just bump up the quality of their builds, because like me myself, I'm just now getting to that point to where I am more detailed, to where I started where everything was just a box. So I mean, it's
Totally.
difficult.
Yeah,
So,
it is. I think it's difficult. I think the best advice is, yeah, you definitely got to take your time, with these worlds. You never rush it. Really take your time, and then also keep asking yourself the question: how do I add, more depth to a world? That's, I think, one of the biggest things is like when you're, designing anything within Horizon World. Well, how are you gonna add more depth to, a chair or a building or a skyscraper, whatever it is, whatever you're building. I always ask myself the question, okay, well, what can I layer on here to make it feel a little bit more not just detailed, but maybe more, like, I would say, like a kind of yeah, I guess detailed would be the word, just to make sure that, like, yeah, everything that you're building isn't just super flat and plain, because I think you can kind of fall into that category sometimes where you're like, oh, okay, you're using very flat shapes and things like that. And you end up sometimes, making really flat looking things and boxy looking things, and it really becomes like Legos and Minecraft. But at the end of the day, it's really just like, yeah, how do you add more depth to a world? How do you make, a wall pop out at you, or a doorway pop out at you, or what are you going to add to make that feel a little bit more real, but also maybe a little more thought out? So everything that you build in your world is kind of maybe more thought out in terms of like the layers that you add. So yeah, that's, for me, I think that's the biggest advice. It's just, take your time with it. Take your time with building, and ask yourself those questions. Ask yourself, like, how do I add more depth to something? How do I add more detail via just adding layers to it? Kind of thing. So
Yeah, and one of the things I really like that you did in your hub, where you take other people's worlds instead of just a door, and you had like a little mock 3-dimensional scale of the world sitting there. It's like a little miniature world of their world. I thought that was that's a cool detail. So his hub itself is even fun to go to. I enjoyed it with all your doors in it. I really liked it. It was great. Super fun.
awesome.
Yeah, I told you his use of color is so attractive to me that when it was time to build a world that I wanted, I asked for his help, and he did. He did. So I have a world of mine called Let's Talk About It with Lolly D. That is, I just said to him, do your thing, Takatado, do your color, make it in space. And I'll tell you what, I walked in like, oh my gosh, he captured everything in like 10 sentences that we shared, and he did it and popped it up over, I don't know, a weekend or something. And I was like, yes. So yeah, you got to check out all of his color and stuff. He's super great. Tannless, you have any more questions? Great. If not, we can turn to the audience. But if you've got anything else, go ahead.
no, I'm all good. I just want to give people an opportunity to, like, maybe ask questions if they want, and anything we're talking about. But again, if you have not been to any of his worlds, which you probably have, or things that he's collaborated on, you'll see the work that he does. So after the show, if you do see him, just make sure, if you don't know how to, just click on his name, and then you can look at creations, and it brings up everything.
And
that
one
he
of his
has.
doors is out here. We
And
have one of his doors,
outside
yeah, to
as
his
well.
studio apartment, which is a pretty cool place. So yeah, I definitely recommend you go there and check it out. Does anyone have any questions for our guest, Mr. Takatado here? Did we cover everything? Jimmy, come on up to the stage so they can hear you. Come up here.
Well, no, it's just a quick
A little
question.
bit closer.
Come closer.
Okay,
Jump up here.
There you go.
You can jump up here. Maybe.
Yeah, jump up. There you go.
Oh,
Whoops.
wait.
No, I guess he can't, but he can get close. He can get close. Sorry, Jimmy. We didn't mean to do that.
rewind.
It was an accident. It was an accident.
Okay, it's a quick
Just
question.
get close.
How can I go see your world that you created?
How can you go see my world?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's really simple. You could either like point at my name, click it,
Okay.
and then go under creations, and then creations, you'll be able to see all the worlds that I've published, and you could just pick
Okay.
which one you want, and then boom, you're off. It's
So
as simple as that.
I just, and how I go just aim to your name and add you. I don't know. Mine's not
You can
doing
just
that.
click on his
You
creation.
can walk up on the stage again. I turned
me
off the
see.
open mic so you can hop up there.
There we go.
What is this
There
thing
we
again?
go.
Travel far. This thing seems. There it is.
Also out
Yeah, if you
there is
point
one
out
of
my
his
name,
doors.
Okay,
for
and then
his
add a
studio.
friend. Boom. Yeah, this is so cool to There it is, and boom, got you.
All
I'm just gonna
right.
get
All
outta
right. So
here.
that's that
Perfect.
one way. And the other way is to go to his door out there, and that'll take you to an apartment, and you can just go from there from place to place by clicking
Now,
on
how do I
him
get out of
down there.
this? How do I get out of this thing?
Your thumb. Use your thumb. There you
There you
go.
go.
There you go.
All right.
All right. Anybody
I'm
else have a
still-
question? Anybody else? Maddie, come on up.
Send things.
Come on up.
So I have
Thank
been
you,
to
Jimmy.
a couple of your. I
Yup,
have been
I'm
to
trying to get out of
a
this.
couple of your worlds. Oh, wait.
How do I
Just
get
you can
out
just
of
jump
this
back off
thing?
the stage,
Oh,
Jimmy.
okay.
Yeah,
I got
There
it.
you go.
There you go.
Thank
There you go.
There you go.
So I have been to a couple of your worlds, and yes, the ambience that you have is phenomenal, and your accentuation of colors and how they complement one another definitely pops. Same thing with Tannless and your builds and whatnot.
Yeah.
Really good. Have you ever considered a builder's collaboration with people like, because your esteem right now is on a it's like a freight train momentum right now. Like you're just continuing to build and build and build, and people are recognizing you more and more. Have you ever considered a collaborative build with the likes of maybe Flex Tie? I don't know. Have you ever seen Flex Tie's worlds, or JC Courtney, or even people who offer the asset hubs like Big Mama Bethany? I know she was in here a little while ago.
Yeah, I saw her. Yeah.
But stuff like that, has that ever been a consideration for yourself?
I'm
Or
so
even
sorry,
for
Storm.
you, Tannless, too?
Yeah, I think it's actually a big part of it for me. I've actually more than any time I've spent on Horizon Worlds. Now I've done the most collaborations, and I mean, technically, FlexTie and I already have somewhat of a collaboration coming out soon, which is kind of cool that you mentioned that. We sort of have a small collaboration coming up, but yeah, I'm super open and really looking forward to collaborating with more people and that kind of thing. Like I said, my sort of journey here started maybe 5 to 6 months ago, and so for me it was really just like the learning blocks. It was just like, okay, well, let me try to learn as much as I can about building and that kind of thing. But now I would love to collaborate with more and more people. And FlexTie is a great creator. If you guys haven't checked out his stuff, super awesome.
Good, yeah.
He just published a apartment called Tranquility. It's really beautiful. He does some really amazing design stuff. If you ever are, I always find that if you're stumped on creatively, go check out some of his stuff, because it's also one of those things where you're like, oh my god, okay, well, that's possible, or like what he's doing with some of the shapes and that kind of thing, and pretty cool. But yeah, for me, I'm looking to collaborate. I have tons of projects that are all collaborative coming out in the next like month or so, couple months. Yeah.
Yes. All right. We look forward to that. Okay.
I agree.
Anybody else have a
agree
question?
with that. Like, make sure you collaborate with people. If you guys like aren't sure, it's better to work with somebody or a group of people than by yourself, because it can get kind of tiresome after a while.
Yeah, it's
So-
kind of a lonely place to be, and they're all by
Yeah, it's
yourself.
lonely. You're sitting there stacking blocks by yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Also, I think
Come
you
on
can
up,
kind of
yeah,
like play
face
to you can play to people's strengths in a way too, where like someone like FlexTie again, like he has a great eye for design. Like when you walk into his places, it's almost like, how, and he doesn't use any references or anything, it's all from his head, and it's like, wow, that's really impressive. So like if you're collaborating with someone, we all have our strengths and weaknesses, so maybe I'd work on something, and then someone else would work on what they're good at, and then you can really build some really cool worlds.
Yeah, that
way.
that's an important point. If we would celebrate and embrace each other for our differences, we don't have to be in competition with each other. I know there
No,
are
not at all.
competitions out there, and that's a different day, but overall, generally, world to world, like we can all embrace each other. Like we got a good friend in here, Juicy Jessica from Black Magic. We love her, right? She's a friend of the Soapstone, and vice versa. And so You know, hey, there's enough room for every world in here. Everything. Trainer Cal's got the British pub. Yes. We all love the British pub. So, you know, like we always say, we all love chocolate, but we don't love chocolate every day, right? I mean, you got to try some different stuff. So, yeah, embrace our differences and enjoy each other. So go ahead, Meow Face. You had a question, my dear. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I've seen a couple of your worlds, and I just wanted to ask basically about your building history of what was the most challenging things to kind of start to get into. I know some people it's the building aspects and the ranges, and some people it's the scripting. So I kind of wanted to hear what you struggled with the most and what you were able to overcome.
It's a great question.
Yeah, I think very good question. I think, like most people, I definitely struggled at the very start. I think it can be really daunting to build in Horizon Worlds because there is a lot of tools, like you were saying, Lolly. There's tons of tools and tons of things that, mechanics that you gotta kind of figure out before you can start, building what you want to build, and that can be a really frustrating process. So my biggest thing was it was really frustrating at first because you're like, okay, well, I don't know how to use any of these tools properly, but I really want to build this one thing, but I can't because I feel limited in that sense. But so there is somewhat of a learning curve when it comes to just learning the mechanics on how to build things and how to build things properly. But what I found challenging, other people were really helpful in that sense. And that's where I think I got the most help from other people and other builders and creators. They would just come in and teach me the tools. Like, okay, how do you do that? And I wasn't shy to really ask people. Like, oh God, like I would go up to like my favorite creator and be like, hey, how did you do this part? Or how did you accomplish that? And it was like as simple as, oh, you just gotta click this one thing and move it over here. And then you're like, oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that. Great. Perfect. But yeah, I'd say that's the most challenging part is just like getting off the ground and really learning the tools and learning the mechanics.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that question. Anybody else?
You have your hand up, Eco. Eco.
Can I take a picture with you? I'm a really big fan.
Come on.
Sure.
Come on up. Come on. Jump on the stage. Oh, she could do it from there. There you go. Go ahead. Take a picture with him.
We're doing meta celebrities now. Nice.
Meta celebrities. All right. All right. Okay. You got your camera ready? Did you already do it? Okay.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Oh, is it okay if I take like? Ow!
Oh, she's leaving. Oh no. Oh. Did you guys bump her out? You're
was that a bit?
Fan
I think that was a bit.
Oh my god.
That might have been a bit.
I don't know.
Yeah, it might have been a bit.
Okay, anybody else?
I know Juicy Jessica had a question, so Jessica, bring your sweet self up here, please, and thank you, Miss Ma'am. Jump up on
Can
stage.
I just stay right?
You can do whatever you want.
God. So, give me just a second. I'm sorry. My question is, what are your top 3 favorite worlds?
Top 3 favorite worlds. Oh wow,
that aren't yours.
That is a tough one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, of course. They'll never be mine. No, for sure. There's a lot of really good ones.
Is my cave right up there? My cave's on the top of your list.
Yeah, your cave. Yeah, it's close to the.
Listen. Nobody
first
get
place.
offended. Whatever he's about to say. I'm curious because I know you're an amazing builder, and I would like to know your top 3 because I feel like, well, those are probably worlds that I would like to check out too for ideas and whatnot. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to think. First off, The Alley by Golden Hand 222. One of my top favorite worlds. Then you got, I'd say, Studio Ghibli. Totoro is done by Sharzad. I think that's how you pronounce his name. My second favorite. His art is really, really incredible. Well, first off, Golden Hand's Alley. He's an incredible guy with immense detail. he really puts a lot into his worlds, where you really feel like every time you jump into his worlds, you find something new to look at. Whether it's like a little fly on the wall or like a bird that's just hanging out there or something like that, which is really cool. And then Sharzad, he's a fantastic artist who really I think shines through his like art pieces. And if anybody's familiar with Studio Ghibli and Totoro, it's really cool to see him transition those 2D art styles into a 3D environment, which is really, and he does it in such a like fantastic way where it's super seamless and that kind of thing. So that he's definitely my second pick there. Trying to think, my third pick. Oh God, there's just so many. You know what? Actually, I would say my third is I totally forget the creator's name, but maybe one of you guys would know. I just saw a world yesterday that became kind of like one of my favorites, which was it's a showroom for a car called Eve. I think probably some of you guys have seen it. If not, it's a super, super cool world. I forget who it's by, but I know it's like, I think his name is Matt something. I'm so sorry. But yeah, really cool world. He has this really awesome way of doing these reflections where he doubles up on the objects he has in the world to make it really look like there's this like fantastic, sleek, shiny reflection on the floor when you're walking into this like showroom. So it's really cool. Really cool in that sense. So yeah, I'd say that's my third favorite right now, but it always changes. Honestly, there's always like new worlds that come out and you're like, what like how did they do
somebody
this?
that comes into the platform
on?
Now sees it through different eyes. Sometimes the older creators, they got to really work to keep up with the new tools, right? Because things change. And so you'll look at worlds that were built in the beginning and how evolution has changed everything, and fast too. A few months, boy, made a huge difference in the world of building in here for sure. So all right,
thanks, Takatado. We love you.
We love you. Thanks, Jessica.
I love you.
All right. Anybody else? Hey, Rocky, good to see you out there. Anybody else have a question for Takatado before we let this man go? We appreciate all of your time with us this morning. Thank you so much. As we told you, please don't leave right now. We still have a wonderful singer to share with you, but after the show, and you maybe speak with Takatado, we also have a door to his world out there. So give us a few more minutes. We'll be done wrapping this up. But Takatado, thank you, sir. It was great to have you on the show. Thank you. So, all right. Okay. All right. So, I was in, what was it? The British pub, I think, when I saw Muji Pop. That's who our guest is today. I think he was hanging out in the British pub and singing and playing that guitar in such an amazing way. And we loved hearing from him. You guys, you can get rid of the talk show set if you like now. And we want to welcome onto the stage Muji Pop, and I will get out of his way. Here we go, sir. Thank you. The stage is yours.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Ready to be here. Enjoyed the interview. Okay, can everyone hear me okay? That's the most important thing. I like you when you take off your face, put away all your teeth, take a sway underneath. 'Cause you could die if you take it alone. I watched you taste it, I see your face, and I know I'm alive. You're shooting stars from the barrel of your eyes. It drives me crazy, just drives me wild. like you when you make up the real. Take the phone in your room, stop the tape or resume. You could try if you think it will load. I watched you taste it. I see your face, and I know I'm alive. You're shooting stars from the barrel of your eyes. It drives me crazy, just drives me wild. Why? It's a beautiful ride. Why? It's a beautiful ride. Now watch you taste it. I see your face, and I know I'm alive. You're shooting stars from the barrel of your eyes. It drives me crazy, just drives me wild.
That's so good.
Okay.
Thank you, Muji. That was so beautiful. We just love you. Now you've been playing the guitar very long, or?
Yeah, I'm very old and I've been playing a very long time. I'm 18. No, I'm joking. I'm in my late 30s and I've been playing since I was 11. My mum gave me a guitar when I was 11 because my mum was one of those mums who, wanted me to do fun things rather than hard things. So she gave me a guitar and she encouraged me to be the next Kurt Cobain. And unfortunately for her, she pushed me a little bit too much, like to be like Kurt Cobain.
Oh yeah, we don't want to be just like Kurt Cobain. But anyways,
so
you
a lot
are
of time just laying on the floor in a bedroom. But yeah, other than that, it's gone really well.
Well, you are super talent, and we love seeing you all over. Like I said, I know you perform around the clubs. We love when you come to the Soapstone.
I only just came here at the weekend when you got me, when you found me. But I am heading to the British pub once in a while. I just turn up and I just go on there and just get on the stage and play a few songs. So if you guys want to see me, that's probably where I'll be. But I can play one more for you now if you want. I can play Take Me
We would love to have one more, right? We're good with one more. So go ahead, my dear, please.
You want a girl with a small waist and the perfect smile. Someone who's out every weekday in her dad's new car. You tell me I shouldn't stress out, say it's not that hard, but I just got a feeling this'll leave an ugly scar. If you say that she's nothing to worry about, then why'd you close your eyes when you said it out loud? Stupid boy, making me so sad. Didn't think that you could ever change this fast. She's got everything that I don't have. How could I ever compete with that? I know you'll go and change your mind one day. Wake up and be bored with mine. She's got everything that I don't have. I just all I wanna be, so bad, so bad, so bad, yeah. She's got everything that I don't have. You want someone that you can show off whenever you go out. She'll wear a tight mini black dress with all her friends around. And then you'll probably spend the night at her nice big house. And by then I'll just be some nothing you've forgotten about. If you say that she is nothing to worry about, then why'd you close your eyes when you said it out loud? Stupid boy, making me so sad. Didn't think that you could ever change this fast. She's got everything that I don't have. How could I ever compete with that? I know you'll go and change your mind one day. Wake up and be bored with mine. She's got everything that I don't have. And she's all I wanna be, all I wanna be. So bad, so bad, so bad, yeah, yeah. She's got everything that I don't have. If you say that she's nothing to worry about, then why'd you close your eyes when you said it out loud? Stupid boy, making me so sad. Didn't think that you could ever change this fast. She's got everything that I don't have. How could I ever compete with that? I know you'll go and change your mind one day. Wake up and be bored with mine. She's got everything that I don't have. And she's all I wanna be, all I wanna be. So bad, so bad, so bad, yeah, yeah. She's got everything that I don't have. You want the girl with the small waist. Nice one. Thanks a lot, guys. Big love.
All right.
Give it
Thank
up,
you,
everyone, for
Muji
Muji
Pop.
Pop.
Woo! That was great. Thank you,
Fantastic.
sir. That was awesome.
Wow,
thank
thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys, a couple more things before we go because it's that time. And thank you guys all for staying. We appreciate you so much. We told you guys about the big after party thing we had going last week. That was huge for the Soapstone, right? Also, Aaron was in LA recently doing a photo shoot and a show where we were in the audience here and he had a live audience in LA. So things are moving up in the Soapstone and Tannless. Tell us what's happening this weekend for Aaron, and you're a part of it too. So tell us what's going on.
So, excuse me. So this Sunday, I live in Detroit. I found out that Aaron's going to be doing a live event at the Detroit Comedy Club, so that's going to be really exciting. And it's basically going to be a real life representation of what the Soapstone is on its best days, and so I will be there because
Yes.
I
That's exciting,
happen to
yeah.
be in
That is
neck
very
of the woods.
exciting.
So
Yes.
I'm going to meet the unemployed alcoholic in person, and so
Live and in
hopefully-
person. Fun.
Yep, live and in person, and then hopefully, if you guys do follow the Facebook page, I will post a photo up there. I'm sure he will as well. So
No
one of his
doubt it'll be on your
producers is gonna be
Instagram
there.
as well, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
that'll be
Yeah.
super fun. So,
So-
thank you guys for coming. We're so glad you guys are all here today. We enjoyed it very, very much. If anybody have any questions or comments for us or ideas for how we could be better, and if one of them is kicking me off the stage and just having those two, please don't say that. At least not publicly.
Oh no.
So go ahead. Anybody have any comments or anything?
Now that's
Anything
funny.
to add to anything? All right. Well, thank you guys so much then, right? Thanks, guys.
You, yeah.
We are out. Play. There we go. We got some out music. All right. Thanks for coming.
All right, see you guys next week.
Sorry.